Steve and Jill here.
Good day.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about real estate product type and financial goal setting.
This is sounding like a real exciting show. Boy, I can't wait.
And every week we have webinars for Land Academy, House Academy, and for our advanced group members. And this came up in great detail last week. And people were shocked because I think people's schedules set up budgets just like, I want to make $100,000 this year.
Right.
Instead of really getting into it about product type and setting the goal per product type every week, how many leverage it back into it. So I'll cover it all. I know it's boring, Jill, but it's important.
I have to tell you, I took no notes. I'm going to just ask questions.
Before we get into it, that's perfect.
Okay, good.
Let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Is this a real name?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, but somebody put it in there like that?
I copied and pasted it.
Okay. Shabadoo, it has in there.
Wait a minute, if it was real.
Well, I happen to know of, this is funny. This is really good. If you know who this is, you're going to go, how the heck do you know that one, Jill? But from the 80s, there was a actor / dancer who did breakdancing movies, and it was Adolfo Shabadoo Quinones.
How do you know this?
No,
This is coming from a person who can't remember what happened yesterday.
I know, but I remember that one. Because I remember watching. I had a couple friends that really liked the breakdancing, and I watched the movies with them.
Yeah, your friends. Your friends like the breakdancing.
Lord knows I can't dance, so I couldn't do it. But anyway, it was a thing in the 80s, right? For 5 minutes. So yeah.
Friends like to consume alcohol too, don't they?
Who? My friends?
You just can't
My
blame it on your
current friends do.
I have a friend who likes to watch breakdancing.
Okay.
Even though I've memorized
right.
the actor's name from the 80s. It's all your friends, I'm sure.
That's right. So Shabadoo says, asking for a friend. Just kidding. Okay. Who has hired a transaction coordinator?
I have.
That's right.
So have you.
Uh-huh. I've hired good ones and not good ones. I was looking to see if anyone would mind sharing their TC job description with me. Right now, I'm a one-man show, but I'm trying to get an idea
right there.
of what I could expect. Should I locally post a job for a transaction coordinator out to the public in my area? I understand that I will train them for my own specific systems and needs, but I wanted to get a real feel for what a land investor-centric transaction coordinator job description might look like. I happen to have one of those, by the way.
I have a lot of stuff to say.
I appreciate any guidance or advice, or if you wouldn't mind emailing me one, or if you know one posted online, I'd really appreciate the assist. Thanks in advance.
Do you have the job description memorized? Because I know you guys just sent all that out.
I do not. You
go first, because I have a lot to say on this. This is so important. This is a great question. And that position of all the positions in your land business, this is incredibly important.
Well, some of the stuff we say like you really, of course, you want to tell them who you are, what you do, and really try to properly convey that you don't want agents. What will traditionally happen is you'll automatically get a bunch of agents applying when they see what you're doing, and it's not what we do.
And what's funny about that is real estate agents across the gamut, whether they've only done a couple of deals or if they're, what I call a celebrity real estate agent, because real estate agents love themselves. They love to look at themselves in the mirror and dress up and represent people and get in the way, / represent people in their real estate transactions. So if you ask them,
right,
they will in a very spoken very well narcissistic way tell you all about how they know how to do a deal. And I'll tell you right now, they don't know how to do a deal at all. All they know how to do is convince people to buy stuff for too much money.
And then shove it off on a title agent.
That's it.
So, and then they go back to the next one.
And
this is where the job starts. What's so funny is this is where the job starts. The job starts at that point. Now we have the deal. We got to get the deal done. That's a transaction coordinator, not that part.
That's right.
And then, so they're going to apply and they know nothing about what to do. So, and it's kind of funny. And I feel like what's too is that anytime I've talked to agents, I have to undo so much of their mindset. So I really,
If it's possible at all.
right. In a perfect world, you want someone that has title and escrow experience / however. You also don't want them to be 80 and so set in their ways. That's a tough one too. Then you want them to be able to have done more than one house, like their own house deal. And then really just have a good grasp of learning tools quickly and just understanding the process big picture. And then my big thing is they have to have a kind of a bulldog, I don't know what the right word is, but just kind of a power through, get the deal done attitude. Because the wrong transaction coordinator is going to sit there and go, well, I'm waiting for escrow to call me and give me a closing date. It's not what we want. Your transaction coordinator needs to call the escrow agent and go through 10 of them, as they're picking one to get the best rate and say, I need this to close in 7 days. Can you do it? Nope. Okay, thanks. Bye. I need you to get done in 7 days. Great. Now we have someone we can work with and go down and then make sure it gets done, manage it to completion.
So you're a one-man operation.
Right.
You are your own transaction coordinator right now. So there's nobody more qualified to know what this job description is than you, for you.
Exactly.
So you're closing your own deals, and hopefully you're doing it for at least a year. You're getting so busy now that you need to start to replace yourself with these job by job by job. In fact, this is the topic. Actually, this is the topic tomorrow. Replacing your own job description, or replacing yourself job description by job description. So I've had probably 25. I've been a transaction coordinator all through my 20s, buying commercial real estate in various positions and places. And I've had since then, since 99, I bet I've had maybe 20 transaction coordinators. It's some version under me that have worked for us or worked for Jill or whatever.
Including me.
Yeah, Jill was my first transaction coordinator, and she did such a bang up job. Jill's the only one I've never had to explain anything to. In fact, she explains it to me. You just seem to be born with it.
Thank
And
you.
really, I'm not trying to get you. This is not false. I've yet to ever have a transaction coordinator that just picked it up like Jill, like you were born with it. And I think we talked about it on the show in the past, and I think you've just been around your whole life between the rental houses your dad had and then the job that you had in your early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah,
You just seem to know how to naturally do a deal.
I learned a couple pieces. I only learned little pieces of it, but then I just figured out, I just have that. We talked about this the other day. I won't stop. If I need, I'll call and say, I know we need to get X done, and I'll find out how and who do I call. And I call them. And what does it take? What do you need? How can I help? How can I make this go faster? And you just figure it out.
So besides Jill, the two former careers that a fantastic transaction coordinator has is either an escrow agent and a project manager, whether it's IT or construction, or whatever, because they're used to dealing with a lot of stuff, staying organized, spreadsheeting the stuff out or whatever software that they're using, and really kind of call everybody on this deal and then take a break for a second, call everybody on this deal. Is it moving forward? Is it moving forward? Is it moving forward? Most escrow agents have, not escrow managers. Escrow managers oversee escrow agents and they don't do anything.
Right.
Except oversee. Most escrow agents have a very stringent number of deals that they have to close every month. And it's usually north of 30. So if you can get a good escrow agent closing 30 deals a month for you,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right. I agree.
So, I'm sorry, I have a lot to say on this.
No, this
is
is good.
important. You're probably going to have to go through probably 20 interviews. You're going to have to go through probably 5 to 8, maybe 10 actual people that you have employed. We just had a transaction coordinator quit on us. She was perfect for the job.
We really liked her.
Her personality was great. She just didn't get it.
She was just, she, bless her heart, voluntarily said, I can't keep up with you guys, and really said, I don't think I can hang. You guys move so fast.
Right.
And I think that was really nice of her to say that. So that was good, and be honest with not only us, but honest with herself about what she could do.
This is also a position. This is the most important position besides you in your whole company, in my opinion. So
I agree.
Consider after a year of start cutting them in on the deal. And I don't think there's any other position in the company where I think that's appropriate, but
Right. Did you want to
making them
keep
a
them
partner
motivated and happy?
and with you,
Yeah.
making them a partner, so to speak, they're going to get more deals done. They're going to get bonus them out every month. They'll stick with you forever.
Exactly. And they'll close more deals for you because of that
Yeah.
too, by the way.
Well, they start to act as an owner because they are on the phone acting as an owner.
Exactly.
Today's topic, real estate product type and financial goal setting. This is the meat of the show. As if the answer to that question wasn't enough meat
Oh my gosh,
already.
that was long.
This is how I look at it. Jill and I buy 4 types of real estate consistently. Rural vacant land, which is what this show is usually about. Infill lots, which are properties that are in urban setting where you can build on them or you hopefully use them for some purpose, usually building a house. Number 3, houses, SFRs. And number 4, various types of commercial real estate. And in my mind, those are very separate. They're separate customers on the buy side, separate customers on the sell side. In every situation, with the exception of the commercial property, we are wholesaling it out. So for whatever reason, I separate how many mailers I'll send, because a very different mailer situation. Separate the 4 of them. I'll send out an SFR or a house mailer every week, a rural vacant land mailer every week, and an infill lot mailer every month. And I expect, based on those mailer numbers, very predictable results, by the way.
Right.
I'll get to that in a second. I expect acquisition and consequently a sale dollar yield on my mailer. So I start with that mailer. And I know for every 300 or so mailers I send out for rural vacant land, we're going to buy a property. And I know that we generally make about $5,000 if I look back all the way to the 90s. We make about $5,000 a deal net. It's a little bit higher now because we're a little bit more choosy. So great, I have complete control over my environment now. Let's move on to houses. That's done. I can send, well, let's go back for a second. I can send, for every 300, if I send out 3,000, we're going to do 10 deals at $5,000. We're going to make 50 grand. You should generally make about $50,000 a week buying and selling rural vacant land if you're doing it right. And we come pretty close to that. With infill lots, it's way more sparse. There's a lot more stuff involved. But for about every 1,800 or so mailers we send out a month, we buy a property. So we try to buy 1 or 2 of those a month. They're a little bit more complicated. There's a lot of things that go on, perk tests and everything. So that's a separate product type, and that's how we do it. And for houses, we are ever increasing that now.
Yeah, especially right now.
Houses are about between 1,500 and 3,000 units. We buy a house, and we make between 25 and 50,000 bucks per house. So that's been our focus to really ramp that up. And for whatever reason, I'm seeing a lot of new people just lop it all together. And they start with how much money they want to make, and that's not good. If you start with all the math and break it all down just how I did it, you're going to make more money than you'll. If you sit around and say, I want to make $100,000 a month, you have to back it into how many mailers you're going to send out,
Right.
and what product types you want to focus on, and the systems you have in place. Like we just talked about, a transaction coordinator.
Yep.
None of that's going to be possible unless you have a great transaction coordinator, and it's probably you.
Exactly.
Oh, commercial.
I'm just sitting here.
For commercial real estate.
This is the best show ever. I'm loving this one. Can we do every show like this? I show up a little bit at the beginning, just kind of hang out and smile and nod.
Oh my gosh, man.
I just let you go.
We're just coming off of vacation, I guess.
Yeah.
I had this all pent up inside because everyone was having too much fun.
We can't tell at all. It's like everybody's like, shh, don't say a word. Do not interrupt him. I'm telling you. Don't even raise your hand or think about asking a question.
Commercial real estate, you should have a buyer all lined up. Like you should have a guy that's got, I don't know, 20 or 30 or 40 small apartment buildings in a little community somewhere, and he wants more. And so now you're sending out a mailer for that person specifically, and you're going to ask him how many acquisitions he can handle, and you're going to back into the mailer that way. So we have, over the years, collected and then satisfied, and consequently, they've gone away a lot of different types of commercial real estate people. And we're actually in the process of developing a database right now that involves it contains like the acquisition manager for McDonald's, or the acquisition manager for, Shea Homes, so that we can send out real intense specific mailers and sell properties to these people, wholesale them out. So that's a whole different thing. Most of you know we have Land Academy that tells you exactly how to do it, House Academy, which tells you exactly how to do it for houses. And we have yet to put together a commercial property academy, if we ever do. I'm not sure.
Right.
Jill's getting a little tired of all this stuff, quite
It's okay.
honestly. She just wants to do deals. Why can't we just do deals, Steve?
I know, that's what really
I
makes
just want to buy and sell real estate. Why do we have to do a Land Academy and film everything?
I am a deal junkie. I'm a self-prescribed deal junkie. I just like that. But really, when we buy them, that's the best part.
Do you have anything to add here before I
Nope.
end? Hey, we know your time's valuable. Thanks for spending some of it. Thanks for letting me bore you today. Sure. Join us next time for the episode called Replacing Yourself by Job Description.
And we answer your questions posted on our online community found at landinvestors.com. It is free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Yeah, that was quite a spiel.
I broke a sweat.
Yeah, you just went, and that was good.
It has to be valuable.
That was very good.
To somebody.
I'm sure 2 people got a lot out of that. Just kidding.
And they're both in tears. Yeah. Just like our former transaction
You can't write
coordinator.
fast enough. Exactly.
I wonder if we make people cry on this. Like, they're just like, I can't do it.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
I hope not. We had a call the other day, a member call, and I could kind of tell it was a little bit frustrating what they were asking about inputting numbers. And I said, don't worry about it. We'll get you there. We really do want you to succeed.
Yeah.
And I really tried to make them feel okay. We'll get them there. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
And inspiration
to buy undervalued property.